Breaking news, and Virgil van Dijk has signed an extended contract with Liverpool. His new deal will run until 2025. Van Dijk missed the majority of last season with a knee injury. That ruled him out of this summer's European Championship as well, but he could return against Norwich this weekend. So this is what Van Dijk has said. It is something to be very proud of, that I am very proud of, that my wife and my kids are very proud of, and obviously my agency. All the hard work we've put in so far continues, and I'm looking forward to what the future brings together with Liverpool. I'm delighted, very happy and proud. That's nice. Fair to say he's proud, isn't he? Big news for Liverpool. Leanne, just how important is that new deal?
Yeah, it's massive. I don't think it's good for everybody else because for me, he's one of the best centre-backs in the world. Having watched him a couple of times live, I don't think you fully get an understanding of how good he really is until you watch him play live. And obviously last season he had that injury, but I think it shows you how much commitment he has to Liverpool. He brought himself out of the European Championships. He probably could have gone, potentially got some minutes, but he's fully focused on Liverpool. And, I think when Van Dijk plays, it just gives the other players license, like Andy Robertson, Trent, to get forward. And he was massive for them missed for them last season, as was Gomez. So it's massive news for Liverpool, and I'm sure Liverpool fans are delighted to hear this.
Nadim, as Leanne mentions, he had his bad injury last season. So do you think Liverpool fans will need to be a bit patient with him?
I think possibly, but he's ultimately somebody who's so dominant that even him, when he's not 100%, is still going to be a huge factor for Liverpool. I think he has great presence, as Leanne has mentioned there, and he might take some time to get back to his absolute best, but somebody like him who's not at their best is still an incredible player anyway. And I think this sort of signing that he's brought forward now is such a statement of intent for Liverpool and for himself. This is his club. The club love him. And for me, there's no surprise that the most successful period they had in terms of the Premier League came when he was at his absolute best. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing him get back to full fitness. But from my goodness, when he does, he is without a doubt one of the best in the world.
What is it, Nadim? What qualities make him stand out from the rest?
So he's incredibly composed, but he's also incredibly tough as well. I don't think many people like to have a one-on-one duel with him. He's not somebody that's going to be diving in, so he'll make you think, but then he forces mistakes out of you as an attacker. And I think that is something which not every centre-back has, because you could argue some are arguably quite rash, but he reads the game so well. He's so composed on the ball, and he brings a sort of level of calm to the people that are around him. And that type of player, they're the ones who you want to play alongside, because you can trust them in a one-on-one situation. You can trust them to be able to deal with it. You can give them the ball under pressure. You can give them the ball, they can start attacks. And for me, he's a complete defender back there, and it's no surprise that he's done so well for Liverpool in the time he's been there.
Leanne, do you think one of the best in the Premier League in that position?
Definitely. One of the best in the world. I'm kind of envious of Virgil van Dijk's ability to look like he can play about 5 matches in a row and not look like he's broken sweat. He's so composed, as we were mentioning before, and he just brings the best out of everybody else. And he's always in the right place at the right time. Not centre forwards. People say they're in the right place at the right time, but it's an art. And he has this ability to stabilise Liverpool's backline. Last season, I think they had around 15 to 20, different centre-back pairings, different back lines, trying different things. Reece Williams, Nico Williams, whoever was in there. Jordan Henderson went in there, and he did a really good job, Henderson, before he got injured in there, and everybody had a go at that centre-back role, and it isn't an easy role to play, and he was massive miss for Liverpool last season. So the fact that he's going to be back, and it will take a little while to get back. I've had the same injury. It does take a little while, but as we mentioned before, him at 70% is still better than most centre-backs. So fantastic player, great professional, and fantastic news for Liverpool Football Club.